Yo, what up, solopreneurs, side hustlers? Hey, this question has really been troubling me, and I wonder if it's been troubling you too. When I sit back and I think about what motivates me, what pushes me, what moves me, the question that I've been really stewing on lately is, what do I really want? They talk about having your why, understanding why you're really doing what you're doing as an entrepreneur, but really in life. Hey, what do I really want? And that's what I want to share with you today as I get some grounded sunbathing in this morning. So hustle on in here, man. Really quickly, if you do not know me, I am Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite solopreneur survival guide, and I am here to help you as a solopreneur make more money with less effort, so you can stay in the game long enough to get good enough to graduate from solopreneur to entrepreneur to maybe CEO and ultimately business owner, and develop a type of business that you can either sell for a profit or pass down to the next generation. And I don't know about you, but there's a lot of talk about understanding your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? And I'm asking myself these questions these days. And this is going to be the first part of a series. So the first part is, what do I want, right? Because here's what happens when you don't understand or know what you really want. Then how do you know when you get it, right? How do you even know if you're on the path to get it, right? If you haven't clearly defined what it is that you're after, you'll never really know if you're on your way to getting it. And if you don't even know what you want, you could already have it and not even realize it because you haven't defined it, right? So I'm really starting to stew over what I want. And for me, the pursuit of entrepreneurship has always been for time freedom and financial freedom. Um, but I didn't really understand why I wanted the time freedom and the financial freedom so much, and it's starting to become more and more clear to me. But I'm asking God to really help me understand, because you guys know that your thoughts aren't always your thoughts, right? The way God designed us and created us with the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, sometimes we are we've got some programming running in the background that's creating what we think are our thoughts. And just like a computer, right? And we sit back and we look at how a computer is operating, and we're like, oh man, the computer is smart. It knows these commands and knows how to behave if this, then that. But really, that's the thought process of the programmer, right? So ask yourself, when you're asking yourself, what do you really want? And that answer comes back to you, be sure that you also check the programmer, right, or the programming, to make sure that it's authentic and coming from your creator and not someone who got a hold of you post creation, right? Because a lot of things that go on in our lives at a very young age have a strong and serious impression on us, and sometimes it overwrites our coding. If you think about it, how our creative genius has been snuffed out and smashed out and squeezed out of and quieted in us as we have been taught and trained to conform to, what quote unquote society says a young black man is supposed to be in the 21st century, right? I was listening to um, a video by Joe Salatin. He's a regenerative farmer and kind of started this whole pasture raised meat movement and that kind of stuff. One of the pioneers, and he talked about how he struggled to get his son to read at 6 years old because at that time, and even today, everybody thinks that that's the time that a kid's supposed to start learning how to read. And he got frustrated. The kid got frustrated. He just said, "The heck with it." At this point, the kid knew how to move cows. The kid was learning how to, work on a farm and drive tractors and raise livestock and all that kind of stuff. And the kid actually didn't learn how to read until he was 10 years old. And it wasn't until the kid desired and began to understand the need for reading that I think he said in 90 days or so, he went from zero to reading on a 12th grade level, um, because he had the hunger for reading and learning, but that hunger didn't show up in his life until 10 years old. And that just makes me think about all of the kids that we are force feeding a particular education and killing the little person inside as a result of trying to fit into what we call a quote normal society unquote. Um, but getting down to the root of what you really want can help you really make the decisions in your life that will lead you down the path to actually getting it. And more importantly, I think what it does, it leads you down the path of saying no to the things. Speaking of saying no, my son's dog is over there near my garden. Uh, Move, Kalu. Uh, Saying it'll lead you down the path of saying no to the things that don't serve that mission. That part right there is the game changer because there's a lot of us who are doing a lot of things and helping a lot of people on their mission with their purpose and spinning our wheels in a lot of different directions that are actually not only do they not take us towards the things that we really want, we're not careful, they're taking us in the opposite direction of those things altogether. And that's a whole nother conversation for another day. So I'm inviting you guys to come on this journey with me of self reflection and introspection, looking deep within and answering some tough questions as I approach the 50-year mark. Um, you know, Later this month, I'll be 50 years old. And it's interesting how when you were younger, the older people in your life would talk to you about certain things and how things would change in your life when you get to a certain age and all that kind of stuff, man. And if you're a young person listening to this today, just understand that they were right, man. And don't wait until you become of age to accept that they are right. Because there's a lot of things in me and things that I have done and where I've messed up in life where I should have just trusted and believed that the old timers were right. Right. So as always, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You see my number scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you are interested in a new course that will teach you how to create a business around digital products, right? I help people create digital products last year, and we had a blast. I did a webinar and a singular workshop, and I had about 10 students create their digital products. But what I realized, it goes beyond creating a digital product. You have to have the desire to want to create a digital product business, and that's what the new course is all about: creating a business around digital products that could free you and help you create some passive income. If you're interested in that, all you got to do is pick your name and the keyword waitlist to the number on the screen, and that's going to allow my system to send you some information to get on the wait list so you can actually be one of the first to try it. And if you guys know me and anything that I do, being the first to try anything means normally you get to try it at a significant discount in exchange for your feedback so that we can improve it and make it better before we roll it out to the general public. So that's what we're doing with this course that that we're building, and I think you guys gonna really, really like it, especially those of you who have a strong desire to make some passive income on the internet, and you're not afraid to do a little work up front to set all of that stuff up. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it. Each and every single one of you. Hustle up.